Let's watch Brett Cooper go max. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we'll watch a little bit of it.
Conspiracy theories are entering a dangerous...
Information is the oxygen of the democracy.
There's so much evidence out there that even if less than 1% is true, that would be enough to collapse the current paradigm and change the whole planet.
It's a good little white pill first thing in the morning. Because if you don't know who Brett Cooper is, she's like the young darling of the Daily Wire, the Israeli Wire, that sort of mentored under Candace Owens a lot and came up. She like got started with him when she was like 18 or something, signed a contract, locked her in, and then she got kicked out. She left. It was very controversial. There was questions. We know some stuff about it, but Brett made an exit, and I think she's happy to be gone, and we don't need to dig up old drama. And subsequent to that, Jeremy Boring, the dickhead in chief, had to step down and almost bankrupted the whole company. And now that Brett's free, she's getting more and more based every day, and she's speaking more and more America First facts every day. So welcome to the new and improved Brett Cooper. Huge shout out to Brett.
Happy Thursday, my fellow idiots. How are you all doing? Gosh, surely we are not doing as well as the foreign workers and hundreds of thousands of Chinese students that Donald Trump is importing to the United States. If only we were smarter, maybe he wouldn't have to do that.
Yup.
Sorry, everyone, for that intro. I woke up feeling sassy today. It is chilly. I am fed up, hence why I am here in my sweatsuit, and we are ready to rant. I am over it. I am done. I want to go back to
Facts, Brett. We feel ya.
last fall when we were excited, when we were hopeful, when we all thought that we were going to be entering the golden age of America.
She's always been more like a pop culture commentator. Even when she was at the Daily Wire, that was like her thing. Because she's young, and that's like her vibe. That's her base, and that's her generation. But she's been getting more and more into commenting on what really matters. And she made a pretty max post about Israel and Bibi, and very kindly told Randy Fine to just move to Israel the other week. And it was like, oh boy, we have arrived, Brett. Like, yes, tell us more. Tell us more about why he should move to Israel. But she was so nice about it. It was hilarious. And then we got to watch all of the neocons and her friends turn on her just like they always do. Because if you say one bad thing about Israel, you're evil and you must be condemned. And so one by one, all of these commentators online get to learn that it's a cult and there's no middle ground. And if you aren't with it, you're out. And you'll get the exact same treatment as Tucker, the exact same treatment as Candace, the exact same treatment that Matt Walsh is in for is the moment that he steps outside of the Daily Wire. But they can't get rid of him yet because without him, they are nothing. So Matt is in a hell of a pickle right now.
And yet here we are, in possibly the worst week of any Trump administration. And in case you need a recap, I'm going to pull up this tweet from Wall Street Maverick. It has not been a good week for policy ideas floated by the White House. 50-year mortgages, $2,000 tariff stimmy checks, Americans can't do jobs, more H-1Bs, 600,000 Chinese students keeping liberal universities alive, guys. And don't worry, the damage control is already happening, so let's talk about it. Before we do, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, because I know the majority of you have not subscribed, so click that button, and make sure to ring that notification bell so you stay up to date on all of our episodes. All right, here we go. So, yes, yesterday, we talked about the mortgages, we talked about the endless debt, and we talked about the stimulus checks that were in that tweet. But that was not all, hence why we are back today with another rant. Because in that same, now unfortunately infamous, interview with Laura Ingraham, Trump decided to come out and tell us all that American workers, the same American workers struggling to find and keep jobs right now, struggling to stay afloat in this economy, that actually those American workers, they just aren't good enough.
I mean, she talks pretty fast usually. Oh my God, she's on normal speed. Dog, I thought I had her on 1.5. You were commenting about how it sounds like she's on 1.5, and I'm like, she is on 1.5. Here, I'll slow it down. No, dog, she's on normal speed. Brett Cooper is fired up on Thursday mornings, apparently. So let's go.
Enough. And that is why the H-1B visa program is so important. Just take a listen.
Does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people
no,
here.
You don't. No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have. You don't have certain talents, and you have.
Huge L, bro. Get wrecked.
People have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, "I'm going to put you into a factory."
Do I think she signed NDA? You mean Brett Cooper? Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I don't know anything, but I suspect personally that the Daily Wire's contracts are extremely litigious and involve very expansive non-disparagement clauses. But I don't know anything. That's what I suspect in my own personal opinion. To be clear. I don't know about non-competes, but I would not be surprised. That would be tricky, though, because then, like, Candace wouldn't be able to work in media, and Brett wouldn't be able to work in media. So I don't really know how a non-compete in, like, social media would work. But they did take her show and try to replace her with her best friend and maid of honor. And they literally, allegedly, trained her maid of honor to speak like her. And it was awkward. And she crashed and burned. It was The Comment Section was the name of the original show. And I don't know if anyone's ever seen an episode of it anymore because...
We're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put
How did we ever do it before?
Good point. Good point, Laura. But let's go back to what Trump just said there. She said, don't we have American talent? He goes, no, actually we don't. We don't have American talent. And he said that right after he said that the affordability crisis was just a figment of our imagination. It is a con. We have just made it up in our minds. He has no idea what we're talking about when we say that things are not affordable. I mean, like, what is happening here? How was he allowed to do this interview? Was he not prepped for it? Like, it's kind of incredible, unfortunately, how a single interview can just blow up an entire political base, because that is exactly what is happening right now. Barefoot Student posted this and said, the Gen Z stare when they hear Trump wants more H-1Bs to build missiles. America has no talent. 600,000 Chinese students is just business. And the economy is the best ever. All in one interview. Literally, that has been my face the entire week as I am scrolling on X. Meanwhile, as the MAGA America First conservative base is going up in flames online, Trump is spending his time writing letters to the president of Israel, asking him to pardon Netanyahu. Like, I'm sorry, is this really the priority right now?
Based, Brett. She gets it. Yeah, you can't help but notice when you look up for even 5 seconds. Is this really, are we trying to call this America First? And then watching all their bought and paid influencers online just makes it so much more obvious too. Is like, you have no policy to stand on here. Americans are getting screwed. And you're just out here pledging allegiance to a foreign nation.
Right now, you have a major PR crisis. Your base is absolutely furious with you. You're saying that you don't think Americans have any talent. And you're focusing on this? Like, who is advising you?
Yeah, I think we all kind of have a soft spot for Brett Cooper, honestly. Like, she's like our little sister on the internet that we all are rooting for after what the Daily Wire did. It's like I didn't really have an opinion before the Daily Wire, but now it's like, oh, dude, you're on the team. Yeah, and that's where it's like, even if you aren't going to listen to her content, just go subscribe to her channel just to support her, just to show the Daily Wire that they suck and you support anyone that stands up to the Daily Wire. That's the way I feel about it.
One person wrote this as a response, and it just cracked me up. He said, "Dear Americans, you're too dumb to build anything, so we need to import 1 trillion Indians to fill the jobs in this country. We're also going to import 600,000 Chinese students per year because we can't afford to have some colleges that Americans don't want to attend go out of business. You'll be pleased to know that I'm rolling out a 50-year mortgage so you can essentially just rent your home from a bank. You'll still have to cover repairs. Isn't that a generous thing that I'm doing for you retards? Now, it's time to focus on more important matters. Israel's intra-political conflicts. Best, Donald J. Trump." Like, I'm not trying to just pile on here, but like, come on, we're tired. We are exhausted. And
Honestly,
Americans
Brett,
having no talent.
You don't feel very tired. It seems like you fucking drank like a quadruple shot like espresso mochaccino or some shit, you don't feel tired. But I get what you mean. Yes. So, I think we get the point there. Brett's based.
That would be enough to collapse the current paradigm and change the whole planet.